Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. This is probably one of the stupidest games I've played in a long time. It's a really short one, but it highlights something really impressive, as well as a ton of stupidity and weirdness and surrealness and just... it's so odd. Everything is very odd here. Anyway, the thing I wanted to demonstrate, I'm against Bretonnia. And someone did mention in my comment section the other day, the Warrior Priest, right? So all the Archlector, you know, any of them have it. Soulfire or Grand Soulfire, they have a plus 90% magic resistance to your own guys. So that way the sort of light raining from the sky, smashing stuff, it doesn't hurt your own guys. Which is kind of cool. It's a nice thing, but it can just be used as a defensive measure. So if someone uses like Fate of Buna on you or something, you can use that and it'll shrug off 90% of the damage, which is pretty cool, right? It's pretty awesome. A lot of people don't use this defensively, but I think it's a brilliant defensive thing. Back when Dwellers Below was massively overpowered, I used to use this to combat it. I used to use Soulfire. So, yeah, it's great against magic. But also units with magic damage, it's really good at dealing with. And, well, Bretonnia, Grail Knights and Grail Guardians have a lot of that. So, yeah, you can negate 90% of the damage that Grail Knights do. Which is awesome, right? And also, a nice other little trick with this guy is he has the Scroll of Power, which is minus 90 ability recharge. So basically you can use this, and you see it's got a cooldown of 90, you use it, as soon as the magic resistance wears off, you can use the scroll and then use Soulfire again for another 7 seconds of 90%. It's only 7 seconds, which isn't a huge amount, but that's 14 seconds in total of pretty much complete damage negation. So when you're escorting Demigryph Knights with halberds and the Royal Order of Griffites with their crazy anti-armor armor piercing, that is brilliant. Also, I have Karl Franz with a ton of buffs as well. So I decided not to go with the Archlate, I decided to go with Karl Franz because, well, he's got the Reichland Rune Fang, which is going to give a 39-second buff to all of those guys for 26 melee attack, which is awesome. Also, Stand Your Ground, 27 melee defense, and Gal Maraz is just for him to be awesome. But anyway, so yeah, so with all the buffs from the Warrior Priest and the buffs from Karl Franz, these guys will be able to destroy anything, just any cavalry. Obviously, well, you know, Knights of the Realm would actually work better than Grail Knights or Grail Guardians, which I think is pretty funny. But anyway, so the rest of my front line is Spearmen and Shields and Swordsmen and a couple of Great Swords. So just for killing infantry and being wide enough to stop them from getting around, and enough shields to soak up some arrow fire. Also, as a bit of a laugh, I brought Outriser grenade launchers because they're really fun for blowing up peasants. And yeah, if you don't sort of do something about the Outriser grenade launchers, they get a lot of value, but they're quick enough to run away from things. So I like them. They're fun. So my opponent here, his name is Donald Trump. That's right, it's a bit surreal. He has 3 Grail Guardians. Grail Knights would have been better, honestly, because they're better on the charge, and but these guys are better in prolonged combat, so they should hold out better, right? So they can last longer against this tactic, so these might even be better here, but I couldn't test it with the Grail Knights because they don't have any. Anyways, also got a couple of trebuchets, don't often see them. Crazy huge line, loads of peasants, loads of everything, and he's got King Lewin. So, speeding things up. Charge in, trying to make sure the Warrior Priest is in the middle of everybody, and Grand Soulfire. So these guys now have crazy high magic resistance, and they've got the Hammer of Sigmar, so that's plus 26 melee attacks, that's 58, and they have their anti-large. So you can see these 2 units of knights are completely screwed. Spearmen are close enough to be able to help, so they've come in. Reichland Rune Fang has been procced by me. Yeah, Karl Franz is in here. Lewin's trying to join, but, I mean, look at this. So, Scroll has been used, and now I'm using another Grand Soulfire, so that is even more magic resistance for that time. So, as you can see, I've barely taken a scratch on my Demigryph Knights yet, and that's almost 2 units of Grail Guardians wiped out and 1 on half health. Karl Franz took some damage, but with that huge anti-large, etc., he can just turn around and smack Louis one, so that's pretty great. My front line's moving up. It's fine, whatever. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Archers shooting. This is most of the value of his army. So Lewin is trying to back off to go deal with that. But, I mean, look at this. These guys have suffered so horribly. Even now that magic resistance is worn off, they just can't compete. They're just being completely demolished. So, there we go. It's about to be all 3 units. Gone. So there you go. All of them broken. So now just have 1 unit chase them off. I mean, 1 unit of, you know, Demigryph Knights can deal with these guys now, honestly. So the rest can get into this fight. Also here, do have some Outriders try to avoid this nonsense. They're all trying to shoot this way. Swordsmen are a bit hurt, you know, but the Great Swords will kill basically anything. And I have all of this stuff left. So at that point, he quits. So, yeah, I mean, pretty ridiculous. This was a whitewash. Yeah, there's no expecting that, right? But yeah, with the scroll, you can just keep the magic resistance up so much that, yeah, look at that. So, yeah, 35, 36 kills with them. Warrior Priest got a few, you know, Carl Friends got a few, and they got, oh, two kills among 3 units of Grail Guardians. And it's not like I was, you know, I picked them off with a load of artillery and spells. You know, it's not like I was using Fate of Buna and cannons or something. No, just straight up ran up to them and killed them all. So, yeah, that works really well. Really well. I'm now very scared to bring Grail Knights or Grail Guardians as Bretonnia because they cannot win the cavalry engagement against the Empire if you adopt that strategy. And that is crazy. So, a couple other things that make this game completely ridiculous. This guy wasn't very talkative, which is very uncharacteristic for someone called Donald Trump. But I said, you know, good luck, have fun, all the rest of it at the beginning. And when the match loaded in, I went, oh, bloody hell, I forgot a spellcaster. That's right, I have no spellcaster. Which is really dumb. Luckily, he didn't have one either. So it didn't really make much difference. But I said GG to him before the match even started because I thought, oh, well, I'm doomed. But no, this tactic works so goddamn well. I think even if he was getting healing on these Grail Guardians, the damage had been done. They'd lost so many models. It would have been so difficult not to have a load of them succumb during that time, where I was just getting free damage on them, you know? It's ridiculous. Unbelievable how well that works. Obviously, Grail Knights are kind of different. You know, Grail Knights have the anti-large, which really helps. But, again, you know, with that stuff, if you're just putting, you know, if they're doing magic damage and you're putting magic resistance up, I mean, it's crazy. 3 units of cav just taken out with no effort. Absolutely crazy. So, I would love to try it with Grail Knights. And, you know, a proper army that has a spellcaster. And, you know, maybe against, yeah, someone with Grail Knights rather than Grail Guardians. But this is actually the first game I've had Empire versus Bretonnia in months. No one brings Bretonnia against me. Just nobody does. I don't know what it is. No one is bringing Bretonnia. I haven't seen them in months. So this is the first one I've had in bloody ages. But anyway, like I said, guys, this is going to be a short one. I just wanted to demonstrate that one little tactic. And, yeah, sorry, I've completely blanked who told me this in the comments. It was something I'd come up with ages ago, but I'd totally forgotten about it, to ever try it. So, thanks for reminding me, or else I wouldn't have tried it with this one. So, thank you, guy in comments. I've forgotten who it was. I'm so sorry. But yes, it works. It works great. So, thank you for mentioning that tactic. It is absolutely awesome. So cool to see. So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. It was all very silly, but it does show a pretty awesome strategy that is definitely going to change the the meta between the Empire and Bretonnia. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.